Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss the syllabus of the economics. Okay, so in our economics, we need to know how our economy runs. See, we are staying in our nation, India. Okay, here how the economy runs matters a lot for us. Why? Because we are now learning process. Okay, in this our nation is developed or developing or underdeveloped. What kind of nation you are? So each of the everything is connected to the economy. Okay, how? See, in your syllabus we are going to have two books or two parts of economics. One, we are having Indian economics development, and another we are having statistics for economics. See, this syllabus is divided into these two parts. Okay, this is what the syllabus divided into two parts. In this we are having, in the first part we are having 4 units. In the first part we will be having 4 units and nearly 10 chapters in that, and so many of the topics we will be discussing. And from the other, nearly 9 chapters we are going to discuss from the second book. Okay, then how we are going to start up with this? See, when we start up with this Indian economic development, we are going to get nearly 60 marks questions from this book, 60 mark question. And from the other side, statistics for economics, we will get 40 marks. Okay, so this is what the ratio of questions we will be getting forward. Then coming across with these concepts in the Indian economy development, the first unit, okay, in the first unit is what? Development policy and the experience. In the year how much? 1947, when we got the independence in the year 1947 to 1990, what all things went across, and development policies and what experience we have got, we are going to see here. In that main first unit is the development policy and experience. Okay, in this first unit we are having two chapters. Which are that two chapters? First chapter, Indian economy on the eve of the independence. Soon after the independence, we were not having any of the development process. Okay, that time the Britishers were ruling our nation. That time the colonial rules were there. The Britishers used to take our all the resources, and all the resources were, resources means raw materials, to their nations. We were not developed as much. Soon after the getting, nearly we struggled till the year 1990 to get the development. Okay, in that period what all things came across, that you are going to know from this unit. Okay, and the further chapters. Then after that, second chapter comes with the Indian economy 1950 to 1990. See, in that period of time, in our many of the topics are there to be discussed under this. In this first chapter, I will tell you which all topics we are going to discuss in the first chapter. In the first chapter, we are going to see the low level of economic development under the colonial rule. Okay, then second unit is the agriculture sector, third industrial sector, then fourth foreign trade. See, at that time what the Britishers used to do, all the raw material they used to collect from our nation, send to their nation. Okay, then produce the goods in their nation, and then the finished goods were sold again to our nation itself. That was the process. That time we were not as much developed, and the new technology or techniques they were having, but not the we people. Okay, so due to that, very drawbacks are there in this. We were not developed as much as at present we are. So then further democratic conditions, then occupational structure and the infrastructure. That time we were wholly at 1947 when we got the independence. After that we were not as much faceable towards the problems what we were getting. Okay, due to that reasons, what experience we are going to get from this chapter we will see further. Then second chapter, in this second chapter, the goals of 5-year plans. See, in the after 1950, okay, after 1950 we started a 5-year plan. In that, what all things came, and how the agriculture started developing, or the industrial, the topics, agriculture is there, industrial and trade is there, trade policy is there, how we started one by one to develop and to come across the problems, okay, that we are going to see from this first and second chapter. Then coming to the second unit, economic reform since 1991. See, one more things which you will know from this is what, in the year 1990, okay, this is what the year, at the end, in the year 1990, our nation faced financial crisis. Financial crisis means what? See, in that year we were under the loss, totally lost. Nearly 17 sectors were there in our control. That is what, for example, railway and finance departments were there. It's nearly 17. That time we were totally under loss, and from coming across from the crisis, what we did, all the things, we have come across with the liberalization, privatization, and globalization. What exactly they did in the 1991 to come across the financial crisis? They made liberalization was provided, and privatization and globalization was provided. So in this second unit, in the economic reforms in 1991, these three concepts, LPG we call, these three concepts came into existence in the new economic policy, NEP, what we call new economic policy. These three concepts came out, and then we started developing. Nearly 17 sectors government were controlling. In that, now only two sectors wholly the government is holding. That one is atomic energy, whole control over that atomic energy is by the government, and one is railway is the other part, wholly controlled and managed by the government. But remaining 15 sectors, all other were privatized and given private investors to give opportunity to develop our nation. Due to that, at present we are under developed nation. We are developing. Our nation is developing nation now. Okay, this is what the second unit, and this second unit, only one chapter we are going to discuss is liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Then coming across to the third unit part. Third unit is what? Current challenges facing the Indian government or the Indian economy. Now, what are the current challenges? Now, at present, the poverty level in our nation, the fourth chapter is poverty. Poverty level in our nation is high as compared to the other countries. If you see, in our country, the poverty level is huge. And in this chapter, what things are going to be learned? Which topics are there? In this chapter, how many topics are there? Who are the poor? First, we are going to know who are the poor. Then, how poor are identified. How the poor are identified, we will be coming across. Then, numbers of poor in India. Can you say that this many people are there poor and other are middle class or rich family? Can you give any of the ratio? It is not easy. So the identification should be done here. Then further, what causes poverty? What are the reasons for the poverty? That we will come to know. Then policies and programs towards poverty alleviation. What government has taken the policies and the programs towards to bring the poverty line peoples to the middle class or the richer class? How we can develop them? Then lastly, the sixth topic is what we are going to discuss in this chapter, poverty alleviation program, a critical assessment. In this chapter, nearly we will come to know how our nation's poverty is there, how we are going to calculate, how we are going to develop for them, and what policies and programs the government is giving for them. That we are going to come from the fourth chapter. The next is a fifth chapter, human capital formation in India. In this chapter, what things are going to know, what is human capital? Human capital is a asset here. We are calling them as assets. Why? Because if the humans work, then only the goods can be produced. Not only the machinery. If machinery is working, the goods will come. No, When there is human capital, that time the goods can be produced. This is what the thing. Then nextly, the sources of human capital. Then human capital and human development, we are going to see the topics. Then state of human capital formation in India. Then education sectors in India, we are going to see in human capital formation. Then one more, sixth topic, further prospects in future, what all things we can do, that we are going to see from the fifth chapter. Then after this fifth chapter, which we'll be discussing is rural development. Now, rural development means, do you all know, our whole nation or the nation's people, the population stays more in the rural area itself, rural, and not in the urban cities. For the employment purpose, the rural peoples come to the city and the urban area and work and save temporary, stay there temporarily for the work purpose. Then again they return to the rural area. In this rural development, what is this rural development we are going to see? Then further, credits and marketing in rural areas, that we are going to see. Then agriculture marketing system. Now, a marketing system is, do you all remember, in the villages, one of the markets are been formed. For example, wheat, ragi, one of the market is there in our Karnataka upper side, upward towards the Hubli side. We are having a market there where food grains are brought and sold. And now in the market itself, in the Belgaum city itself, we are having a vegetables market, what we call bhaji market, with what we call in our local language, that is what vegetables. All people come there and sell their vegetables there at a reasonable prices. Okay, that is what the things here. Then further, diversification into productive activities. Then sustainable development and the organic farming. See, in the have you listened the green farming? Green farming, now everyone is doing green farming, means what, they are building a tents, and how much sunlight is required, how much water is required, in that way the vegetables or the flowers or which, whatever we require, that are being produced. Okay, that is what the farming, the diversification of farming is being made here. Then nextly, the seventh chapter, after this rural development, it comes to the employment. Now at present, do you all know what is the employment level in nation? Everywhere we want the job, but how much people are getting the employment? How many people are unemployed? From this chapter you will come to know workers and employment means what, then participation of people in employment, then self-employment and hired workers, then employments in farms, factories and offices. Here the ratios are being given, how much people work in farms, then industries and the factories or the companies, that we will be coming to know. Then growth and challenge, changing structure in employment, then information in work, Indian workforce, then unemployment ratio. Nearly at present, I will tell you, due to this pandemic COVID-19, nearly 24% and more are unemployed. More than 24% of the people are unemployed, who are well educated peoples are totally unemployed. This is in this at present ratio scenario, what we are discussing, nearly 24% people are unemployed. These are the things till at present, what all things, the challenges which are been faced, we are going to see here, okay, in these chapters. Then government and the employment generation. For employment generation, what the government is doing, what are the policies framed for that, or the programs framed for that, we are going to see here. Then eighth chapter, the infrastructure. See, infrastructure means what? Here, the infrastructure is nothing but building the roads, dams. These are the what? The infrastructure development. For whom it is? For us, we people. The government is doing, or the we people, for our staying purpose, we are doing the infrastructure, construction of homes and all. Okay. Then in this, we are going to see what is infrastructure, then relevance of infrastructure, then state of infrastructure in India, then energy, health. These are the topics what we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. Then lastly, the ninth chapter, from the current challenges of facing by a Indian economy. in this environmental and sustainable development, in this surrounding environment, how we can develop, that we are going to see here. That is what definition and functions of environment we are going to see from this chapter. Then state of India's environment, then sustainable development, then strategies and strategies for sustainable development we are going to see here. What are the plans and the strategies for this development purpose? Okay, that we are going to see from these chapters. So nearly 9 chapters will get over. Then at the last, fourth unit of this Indian economy development we are going to see. It is what? Development experience in India as comparison with neighbors. Now, how much our nation is been developed? Development experience of India as a comparison with neighbors. Neighbors means the other countries. We are going to compare ourselves with the other countries from this. And the 10th chapter is none other than this same development experience of India, a comparison neighbors. This only we are going to discuss from the chapter 10. Okay, these are the topics, the chapters what we are going to discuss under the Indian economy development, and it contains nearly 60 marks from this book. Okay, the first part book is Indian economic development. Coming across to the other part, statistics. Now, is there any need of the statistics in the economy? That we are going to come to know from this book. So in the introduction part, we are going to see what is statistics and how it is linked to economy, general concepts. That is our introduction part we are going to see from this chapter 1. Then second, the data, collection of data. Now how we are going to collect the data, it in which form, that we are going to see from the second chapter. Then third, what data has been collected, how to organize it. It has certain problems regarding this, how to organize it. Is a primary data or secondary data? These all things will be coming in under the chapter 3. Then in the fourth chapter, we are going to present. How we are going to present? It may be a graphical presentation of data. The data which is organized will be presented, that's itself. Then it is what? Measuring that central tendency. The fifth chapter says that central tendency. Now average, mean, mode, median, the things will be calculated here. And then measurements of dispersion we will be discussing from the sixth chapter. Then seventh chapter, correlations. Then eighth chapter is index numbers. In the statistics, how we are using, that we are going to see. Then the tools used for economics, or the uses of statistical tools in economics. That's what the statistics for economics what we are going to discuss. Nearly 9 chapters we are going to discuss from the second book, and first chapter 10 chapters. Nearly total overall 19 chapters for the academic year we are going to discuss here. So this is all about the syllabus of the economics for the first year. Okay, this is done with the syllabus. Now in the next class we shall be discussing about the first chapter, development policies and experience in the year 1947 to 90. We can start up with this or this, any of the book we will be starting. So in the next class I will be starting with this chapter, or unit first, development policies and the experience in 1947, Indian economy on the eve of the independence. You are going to learn what all things came across at the time of independence, and in the colonial rules, how we have come forward and how we have developed till now. We are going to come from this all the concepts. That's it. This is all about the syllabus. If you are having any new things or any questions from this, what all things you are going to get, we will be discussing in the first class itself. Okay, when you will be starting with this concept, that time the questions arises. Now what the picture is, what these all things you are going to learn in this academic year 2021. Okay, that's it. Okay, for the today's class, this much is the part to be discussed. So remaining part starting of the first chapter in the next session. Okay. Do you all have any questions to ask or any queries, or we shall end with the class? Yes.